teacher and friends. We are group 9. My name is Vũ Thị Thành Tổng.
My name is Nguyễn Thị Vân.
And I'm Hoài Thúy.
I'm Hoàng Bình Thư.
My name is Phạm Hữu Trang.
Let's watch out and hear our voice.
And first, we will provide the definition of some terms in Chapter 6 in intercultural communication growth. They are stereotypes, bias, prejudice, racism, and discrimination.
Stereotype. According to journalist Walter Lippmann, introduced the term stereotyping in 1992 to refer a selection process that is used to organize and simplify perceptions of others. Stereotypes are a form of generalization about some group of people. Bias. According to Cambridge Dictionary, bias is the action of supporting or opposing a particular person or thing in an unfair way because of allowing personal opinions to influence your judgment. Prejudice refers to negative attitudes towards other people that are based on faulty and inflexible stereotypes. Prejudice attitudes include feelings of dislike and even hate for certain groups. Biased perceptions and beliefs about the group member that are not on direct experiences and a readiness to negative or unjust towards members of the group. Racism. The word racism itself can involve very powerful emotional reactions, especially for those who have felt the oppression and exploitation that stem from racist attitudes and behaviors. For members of the African American, Asian American, Native American, and Latino cultures, racism has created a social, historic shaped by prejudice and discrimination. For individual members of these groups, racism has resulted in the pain of oppression.
Whereas prejudice refers to people's attitudes or mental presentations, the term discrimination refers to the behavioral manifestation of that prejudice. Thus, discrimination can be thought of as prejudice in action. Discrimination can occur in many forms, from the examples of segregation and apartheid to biases in the availability of housing, employment, education, economic resources, personal safety, and legal protections. Discrimination represents unequal treatment of certain individuals solely because of their membership in a particular group.
Next, we will talk about 4 stereotypes of animals, and now let's watch these 4 short videos to discover.
In the culture and spirituality of some peoples, the dog is a closely related animal with the owner in particular and the person in general. The virtues of the dogs are honest, as faithful, smart, care the owner, is the close friend and the guard dog of man. Dogs have many qualities. Number 1, loyalty, worship the owner. No matter who we are, whether rich or poor, sick or healthy, once the dog has considered us his master, he will follow us whole life. If we forget to eat or bathe, beat or mistreatment them, they just sit in a place with sadness, absolutely not bite or show displeasure with the owner. In many cases, the owner dies. The dog is still waiting for grace, or in the middle of it, and the owner to wait. As it's believed that the owner will return, and rare absence is temporary, there is a punishment for it. Number 2, bravery in all situations. Although dangerous, although encountering the heavier opponents than themselves, dogs will also fight and protect the owner to the same. There are situations where the dog rescues the burning house or fight with wolves. tigers to save the owner. It's a very valuable quality. It shows that dogs are not just pets, it's also a guardian.
Hachiko has become a national treasure of Japan thanks to absolute loyalty to the owner. Hachiko Sports is a professor at the University of Tokyo, who takes the train daily to work. Every night, Hachiko returns to the train station to pick up his master. One day, the professor suddenly suffered a cerebral hemorrhage in the lecture hall and never returned. But Hachiko was still at the station on a regular basis waiting for him. 7 years later, the story of a faithful dog waiting for its owner at the train station over the past few years has been recounted in an honorable professor memoir. Hachiko became famous and regarded as a national treasure of Japan, and people of Cherry Blossom prize this dog as a symbol of loyalty to his family and country. When Hachiko died in 1934, news of his death spread throughout the country. And up to 60 years later, millions of Japanese still line up to hear a tape recording the birth of the national treasure dog.
From the assumed position at the top of the food chain, the lion is often referred to as the king of the pet or king of the jungle, even though lions do not live in the jungles, and is frequently portrayed as the literal ruler of the other animals in a given territory. Intelligence and intelligence lion characteristics. When we want to achieve goals, rich insight and guts, the inherent instinct and ability you have to harmonize your general pattern with the characteristic of the horse. Simply put, be the lion. Lion and the power animals run into our life with all the power of the noonday sun. There is no hesitation here, there is simple knowingness. Lion people know their place in the proverbial food chain and in the world. They are proud, not with commanding communication skill and a natural knack for leadership. Working with lion as a power animal means being ready for the trouble but not shaking it out. Channeling lion generally encourages you to do what is enough and right with conviction. Don't be afraid to use the lion's granary waiting in the grasses of your hour. Letting even just a little out puts predator on notice, particularly when it comes to your intimate pride. Disrespect is not in lion's vocabulary, let alone the word quit. Many European regions and countries view a lion in their coat of arms or flag. See lion and cultural repetitions of lions. In ancient Egypt, the sphinx is used as a guardian statue, while in China, Chinese Warrior lions were used for the same purpose. In European culture, lions are also as advertising character and corporate mascot. Parent lions are also popular as advertising character and corporate mascot.
For the Vietnamese, snakes are considered as scary animals. In fact, people often compare or use in the metaphor for evil things such as khổ và tâm xà or khổ xà tâm Phật. Most species are non-venomous, and those that have venom use it primarily to kill and seduce prey rather than for self-defense. Venom, like all cyber secretions, is a predilection that initiates the breakdown of foods into soluble compounds, facilitates proper digestion, Even non-venomous snakes, beasts, like animal beasts will cause still damage. Some possess venom proteins enough to cause painful injuries or die to humans. Non-venomous snakes are the swallows raised early or killed by competitions.
The bald eagle was chosen 20 June 1782 as the emblem of the United States of America because of its long life, rare strength, and majestic look, and also because it was then believed to exist only on this continent. On the back of Mongol coins, the silver dollar, the half dollar, and the quarter, we can see an eagle with outspread wings. On the Great Seal of the United States and in many places, which are exponents of a nation authority, we can see the same emblem. The eagle represents freedom, living as he does on the top of lofty mountain, amid the solitary grandeur of the nature. He had unlimited freedom, whether with strong opinions, which sweep into the valley below, or upward into the boundless space beyond. It is said the eagle was used as a national emblem because at one of the first battles of the Revolution, the noise of the struggle awoke the sleeping eagle on the hill, and they flew from their nests and circled about over the head of the frightening man, all the while giving vent to their record cries. They are struggling for freedom, said the patriots. The eagle is highly revered by many Native American Indian culture, which has special eagle dance, ceremony, and societies. The eagle has the longest lifespan of its species. It can live up to 70 years. But to reach the edge, the eagle must make a very difficult decision. After 40 years, his long and step break, become bent and weak. Other reason can't hunt. His thick feathers become very heavy. Due to this can't fly, like in his early age. Then eagle left with only two options. One, give up and die. Two, option another way. Go through a long, hard and painful process of change, which will take at least 5 months. For a new life, the eagle takes second option. Eagle search top peak of the mountain and find a net to sit. Then eagle starts shaking his back on rope and break it. After this painful exercise, he waits for a new back to grow. Once he gets new back, he starts plucking out his nail. You can imagine the kind of the pain is bear. Now again it waits for a new talent. Once it gets the new talent, then it starts plunking his thick and heavy feather. Eagle taking 5 months to complete and recover from this painful situation. Now it can enjoy its freedom, fly high in the sky, hunt the prey, and live
30 more years. The lesson of the eagle is to take a look from where it sees. You must have the courage to relinquish stale and comfortable habits, and believe to soar into unknown realm and new reality, continually expanding your view. Now is the time to take full responsibility for your life and be prepared for instant destiny. As your spiritual awareness increase, the positive and negative ramifications will become more immediate and have richer force.
We are Group 9. Thank you for watching and hearing.
Bye bye.